Today's episode of RoseBot VR is called Injuries. Hello guys, today I'm going to be starting up a new series where we talk about stuff every Saturday, and I have a special guest with us here today, the one and only my mother.
Hi!
You heard it here, folks. This is awesome. So, the theme for today is injuries. I might have a few stories to tell. Mom, why don't you give us one of your injuries you've had as a kid?
Okay, so I've never broken a bone or had any, serious injuries, but when I was younger, I had a canopy bed. Do you know what a canopy bed is?
No.
Okay, so it has, these 4 poles on each end, and then you can put, a special little canopy over the top. So I had this canopy bed, and when I was younger, I would, have my feet on the edge of the bed, and I would hold on to the pole and just kind of swing back and forth.
Oh no.
Like a monkey. And so I would do that, and I feel like my mom always told me not to do that. But anyway, so I would just swing back and forth, side to side, holding on to
Oh, this is gonna end up bad.
the bar of my bed. And in my room, I had a rabbit, and I had a rabbit in a cage in my room.
Wait, is it that same rabbit that passed away?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, that rabbit, guys. Say R.A.P. in the chat, y'all.
Okay, that's a different sad story. But, yeah, so I had this rabbit cage, and it was metal. It was a metal wire rabbit cage. So I was, holding on to the...
This is going to turn so
holding
bad.
on to the canopy posts of my bed, just swinging back and forth, and the pole broke.
Oh no!
And I fell backwards, and I landed on the rabbit cage with my spine directly lined up with the corner, with the edge of the cage.
Oh my gosh!
And it knocked the wind out of me. So
my gosh!
I couldn't breathe for a minute. And I don't remember exactly what happened after that. I guess I just got up, or I rolled off the cage, and the wind was knocked out of me, so I couldn't breathe. So then I had to...
Guys, just so you know...
I was trying to walk out to my mom out in the kitchen to tell her, but I was like... It's terrible. I think that was one of the first times I knocked the wind out of myself.
Guys, never do what my mom did. If you have a canopy bed, it's cool, I know, but don't ever do that. Especially if you have a pet. Don't do that. That's very stupid. So
yeah, I feel like I've never broken a bone, but I have done stuff to knock the wind out of myself 4 times when I was little, and that was one of them. So
bro,
that's my injury story for today.
Okay, so I've had multiple injuries, physical, emotional, and other stuff. But the most, I can't even explain this, but one time, me and my brothers were playing, and we had those the little cars, the mini cars that you drive in, not electric, but the chase car outside.
Yeah, little kid,
the little
toddler,
kid,
little speeding cars.
Yeah. So I was playing with that, and I had my rollerblades on. So just so you guys know, rollerblades are wheels with, they're shoes with wheels on them. So I'm explaining it for the little kids.
Okay.
So basically, there's a wall between the fridge So when I turn in the corner, there's a fridge right there on your left. So basically, I was gonna touch the oven, and then go back. My brother, the second oldest, we'll call him Isaac.
No.
Let me make up the names. Isaac.
Why are you making up?
Because I don't want to say their real names. Isaac. So he pushed me, and I hit the corner of the fridge, and I could not breathe for a few seconds. I've done that multiple times. So if there's something stupid I did as a kid. I can't seem to remember, but this happened like a few months ago. My mom knows about it. So this is the first time I've ever broken a bone.
It was like in March.
Yeah,
It was early this year.
back in March. Yeah, back in March. So our church had an event where we would go to Stan Skateland. So we did.
Which is a roller skating rink.
Yeah, it's a roller skating rink. And so we went there, and the whole church was paying for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we went to Stan Skateland. I'm telling you, I was the fastest kid there. Like, I would zoom past everybody. So my dad would give me like a boost around the corner. So it was like you go up a long way, turn, and then go back down straight, and then turn again. So it was like an oval shape, but longer. So as soon as I was turning the corner, my dad pushed me and gave me like a boost. I slipped, fell, and landed on my wrist, and I swear I heard one of my bones crack, and I'm like, oh my gosh! And one of my
You started crying off the rink, right?
I did start crying. I cried like a baby. And
You were pretty brave. You stopped crying by the time I came over.
yeah, so I got off of the rink, went to go sit down, and so I broke. Well, we didn't know it was broken, but one of my teachers, we go to Awana, and like one of my teachers, one of my teachers,
somebody there,
yeah, walked up to me and said, "Oh, is your like arm broken?" And she she said like, "Oh yeah, shake it off." I'm like, "Girl, don't tell me to shake it off. We don't know if my arm is broken or not." So a few days after, like, there was limbo, and also like the
you got back out and went out and then did limbo and like almost won, right? Were you like second or third place?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then she got up and kept skating and like seemed okay, and then she could move her arm and wrist and stuff. So we weren't sure it was broken. I thought it was just maybe sprained or.
Yeah, but like I still did the cha-cha slide. Bro, when they told me to clap, I'm like, ow! And then clapping my hands, I'm like, it hurts so bad. So a few days after that, my mom takes me to the doctor's and
For an x-ray?
For an x-ray, yeah. Sebus. Sebus. Not his real name. But Sebus, my brother, oldest one, he felt around on my wrist and felt it was actually broken. So I'm like, oh gosh, I hope Sebus is not right about this. So we go to the doctors, because I never want to admit he's right about anything. So we go to the doctors, and they get an x-ray, and so they figure out it is broken, and I'm like...
Your wrist was broken.
Yeah, my wrist was broken, so I'm like, are you kidding me? And I told my brother Sebas, and he's like, I knew it! I've been doing so many I've seen so many doctor videos about how seeing if your arm is broken, your wrist is broken or not. I'm like, bro. So,
You got a cast.
yeah, we went to a different doctor's office, and so it was the Thursday. Not going to go into details on what happens on Thursdays, but basically on Thursday, my mom took me to the doctor's, and I had either a choice to get surgery.
No.
Wait, no, something about.
You could either have a cast or use like a brace that you could take on and off if you wanted to.
Yeah, we tried to paint so I went
but
with the.
You wanted
I
the
went.
cast
I wanted
because you wanted the experience of a cast and wanted to be able to decorate it and stuff.
Yeah, so we decided to paint the.
And the doctor was telling us different color choices for the cast, and she wanted white so that she could decorate it, and he was like, I don't know if we have white because it gets so dirty, so like we don't normally do white anymore. I'll have to look and see if I have some. So then he found a white one and then said, just don't let anybody see it because my coworkers would be mad at me for letting you have white because we don't give people white because it gets dirty and gross.
Well, man, was he right, because as soon as they took off the cast, I'm like, oh my gosh. I could not play any. I went to some random Gorilla Tag lobby and told everyone my arm was broken, and we had a sling. It was a blanket, a small baby blanket, and my mom made a sling out of it. So I had my arm in there the whole time, and I had my controller with me.
Before you got the cast, I think.
Yeah, before I got the cast. Before I got the cast, my mom made a sling, and I hopped in a random Gorilla Tag lobby, and I told everybody that my arm, I think, was broken. And they're like, I broke my toe once. And I'm like, bro, what? How do you do that?
Even with a broken wrist, it didn't slow down your Gorilla Tag.
Yeah, even if I was playing some weird game, I would still continue if my arm was broken or not, or my wrist was broken. So, after doing that, I still played Gorilla Tag, and I'm like, when they took off the cast and put the brace on, I'm like, will I still be... Wait, no, when they put on the cast, I'm like, will I still be able to play Gorilla Tag? And he's like, and they're like, what is that? And my mom explains, it's a VR game, and I'm like, he'll be like, he said, yeah, probably. I'm like, yes, I can do it. I can play Gorilla Tag again.
Mm-hmm.
Even though my wrist was broken, I'd still play Gorilla Tag, and man, it hurt.
Or that's the first and only broken bone of any of the children in our family.
Thank you guys so much for listening and watching for today's Rose and Mom's podcast, the Rose and Mom's podcast. We will see you next week. Please follow and share this video with everyone you know, because, it's going to be fun. So, yeah. Tuning on next week is pets.